this example, we're going to use transformations to sketch the graph of the function g defined by g of x equals the absolute value of the quantity x plus 3 plus 6. To do so, we'll identify the original or basic function and explain how the graph of y equals g of x is a transformation of that original function. We'll state all steps to this transformation in appropriate order, and when we sketch the graph, we'll make sure that we include at least 3 key points and track them through each step. So to get started, our original function here is just going to be that absolute value function. So what we're looking at then is we have 3 being added to x, and then we have 6 being added to that main part of the function. So identifying that transformation, then we have a value of h that is 3. And that's going to cause this function to shift left 3 units. Six being added on to the main part of that absolute value function is going to mean that our value of k is 6, and that'll cause the function to shift up 6 units. Okay, so to sketch these, we'll need that original function. So we need to graph y equals the absolute value of x, and if we don't quite recall what that looks like, we can make a quick table and sketch out a few of those values. So I'm just going to pick -4, 0, and 4. And when I look at those output values for the absolute value of x, at -4 that output will be 4, at 0 it'll be 0, and at 4 it'll be 4. So plotting these in, I'll have -4, 4, 0, 0, and 4, 4. And the shape of this graph is going to be a V shape. So beyond this, it'll go from 0, 0 outward, and it'll go outward in each direction. And so I'm seeing that the points 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 are all on this graph. Okay, so that's my original graph of y equals the absolute value of x. Now, I could put more points on here if I want, but these 3 will be sufficient for this example. So I'm going to apply that first step, and to do that, I'll shift left 3 units. So the point -4, 4 will move over here to -7, 4. The point 0, 0 will move over to -3, 0. And the point 4, 4 is going to move 3 units left and be at 1, 4. And then again, I'll keep that same V shape to finish sketching this graph. Okay, so I've got that first step, and now the second step is to shift up 6 units. So I'll start on the left here. This point -7, 4 is going to move up to -7, 10. And this point -3, 0 will shift up to -3, 6. And this point -1 or +1, 4, excuse me, will shift up to 1, 10. And so now I can connect these again in that V shape. And I'll make sure that I have arrows on the ends of those. And that is then my graph of y equals the absolute value of that quantity x plus 3 plus 6.